Hello there, it's Sunday, September 29th, and this is Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula. So we're going to start things off with our weather threat matrix, and just some of the key points here is that it looks like a pretty typical fall type week, with the main impact being periods of wind virtually all week and some dry conditions as well. Looking at the current satellite imagery, we do currently, as of Sunday morning, have a dry cold front moving through western Montana and north central Idaho. Behind it, it's going to bring in some much drier air. That's going to lead to some conditions favorable for some really cold temperatures. As far as looking upstream and through the rest of the week, there's going to be a pretty active jet stream that's mainly going to stay to our north here through Canada. But with that, at times that jet's going to jive slightly further south. And so we'll be fighting between a ridge of high pressure building in and warming things up, and then that jet stream sagging slightly south and bringing slightly cooler and windy conditions. So as I mentioned, we are looking at some cold mornings both Monday and Tuesday. We likely will see fairly widespread freeze across most valleys of western Montana and north central Idaho. We have issued some freeze warnings across the region to highlight the end of the growing season for much of the region. And if we look at potential low temperatures Monday and Tuesday morning, this is the coldest temperature that's expected on either morning. And you'll see lots of low 30s, even some 20s for some of the higher valleys, such as Polebridge, Seeley Lake. And I'll point out for our friends over in Idaho, even the lower valleys, such as Orofino, will be getting down to 36 degrees. So likely we'll have a frost even in some of those lower elevations. Looking at the temperature trend this week, as I mentioned, we're going to be kind of fighting between the ridge of high pressure and a slight flattening of that ridge. So we'll see a few days where temperatures will spike back up a little bit Tuesday and Friday, and then in between see a few degree cool down. It does look like a pretty dry week overall. This bottom graph is showing the regional chance of precipitation, and really not anything expected other than maybe out towards next weekend. And then looking at relative humidities for those who are looking for potential burn windows, depending on your RH thresholds and winds, there should be some opportunities this week. This is showing the minimum RH forecast, and so you will see, especially here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, some fairly low relative humidities with that dry air coming in between this cold front here Sunday. And if we look at the wind gusts, as I said, it looks fairly breezy all week long, but I will draw your attention to the Tuesday and a Wednesday time frame. That kind of looks like the next time that we may have a little peak in the winds. And in fact, if we look at the probabilities of wind gusts greater than 35 miles per hour, you'll see that it's really highlighting many locations in western Montana on Wednesday for higher probabilities. Looking at the long-range forecast, overall, the trend towards above normal temperatures and below normal precipitation looks like it's going to continue all the way through October 12th. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Otherwise, our next briefing is scheduled for Thursday, October 3rd.